Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm gonna help you to master the pistol squat.
I got my hands on your body. So tell me what you want me to do. I can be good or be naughty.
But before we start talking about the exercise itself, first I'm gonna help you to master your own mindset, because that's the first thing you have to master before you can address anything else. So I'm gonna use the pistol squat as an example of how you can overcome your limiting beliefs and how you can improve your self-esteem. So first, let's take a look at the different types of mindsets. If you're someone who's been trying to master the pistol squat for some time, and I know that some of you have been trying for years because I read your comments, then, the good thing is that you're someone who has never really given up on this goal. You just didn't have a good strategy on how to accomplish it. So that's a good thing. With the plan that I'm going to give you today, you're going to be able to accomplish it finally. Now, if you're someone who has stopped trying a long time ago, or maybe you're someone who never even tried, and you say things like, I will never be able to do this, why even bother, I'm not athletic, things like that, then it's obvious to me that you're just standing in your own way and you're basically telling yourself that you're completely incapable of any progress whatsoever. Now, why would anyone do that? Why would anyone want to stand in their own way? Because somewhere in the past you had a series of experiences that convinced you that you're just not an athletic person, you're not strong enough, you're not flexible enough, that you're just not making any progress whatsoever. And that belief started to serve you in some way. Because if you convince yourself and others that you're just not an athletic person, that's just how your body is, then you have a great excuse for not even trying, which protects you from failure. So now you can see how this belief about yourself protects you from failing. So now let's say you have already created this resentment towards learning new skills such as the pistol squat, and that can be applied to anything, any skill or any goal you might have or dream you might have, right? Not just the pistol squat, you can apply it to anything. So let's say you have already this resistance and you're convincing yourself and everyone around you that why learning these skills, it's for nothing, it's stupid, right? But if you ever say things such as, I could have totally learned it when I was younger and more stronger and flexible, or I could totally learn the pistol squat if I had more time, I just don't have time for these stupid things, I have better things to do, or things like that. Or if you feel just a little bit of envy when you see somebody else do it, then what that tells me is that you are not living to your full potential. That deep down you wish you had this skill. And again, this could be applied to anything, any kind of skill or goal you might have. It just shows me that you are not really satisfied. If you just recognize yourself, it might feel a little uncomfortable. You might even feel a little bit of resentment towards me right now for pointing it out, but that's okay. I'm not here to judge. We're all humans, and I have my own areas in my life where I feel like this. I'm here to help you, and I'm constantly looking for mentors that can help me. So now let's look at a little bit deeper into why you feel this resistance to change. Maybe you fear that if you choose to pursue this goal, and again, it could be anything, not just a pistol squat, you can apply it to anything, that if you fail, that it would make you feel even worse about yourself. Because on some level, it feels better to resist the change than to get your hopes up and then fail and then feel even deeper inside that you're not good enough. But the only difference between people who are reaching their goals and the people who are not reaching their goals is because their perspective about failure, what failure really is. The people who are reaching their goals are not people who never fail. Everybody fails. But these people don't link so much pain to failure, and they link more pain to not doing anything. Whereas if you're resistant to change, then you're obviously linking more pain to failure, and that's what's keeping you stuck. So it's just your own perspective. So what if you start seeing the willingness the risk of failure as a form of worthiness? What if you saw yourself suddenly as a person who's worthy because you're trying, because you're failing? Doesn't that sound a little bit more encouraging? Now let's turn the page and look at a different mindset. Maybe you're someone who's afraid that if you try to learn this skill or try to reach this goal and it doesn't work out and you end up not reaching this goal, then it's gonna feel like a totally pointless, huge waste of time. Now allow me to challenge this thought. You may not achieve the goal as fast as you imagined. You may never reach your goal, but the confidence and the knowledge that you're gonna gain along the way throughout the learning process, that is priceless. That by itself gives you so much value. So it's not pointless learning new things or trying to achieve any goal. It will always take you through a journey that is never a waste of time. It's full of lessons. So it's not always about the goal, because it's about the journey that can always enrich your life in ways that you never even thought of. Let's take a look at another mindset. Maybe you're someone who doesn't even know where to start and it just makes you feel overwhelmed. This is where you need to just implement a lot of research, planning, and cutting. Research is nowadays becoming easier and easier since we have access to so much information out there. You can use the internet, use libraries, use your friends of your friends. They have experiences. Try to find out everything that you can about the goal that you're trying to achieve. Planning is also super uber important. Whatever you're trying to achieve, whatever you're trying to learn, you need to plan. You need to plan your time. You need to plan your strategy. And planning, I would say that at least 10% of the overall project that you're trying to do, 10% of that at least should be spent on planning. You can take a couple weeks for planning what you're gonna do exactly. The strategy is very, very important. And who can help you with planning? Mentors, people who already have experience in this area. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, don't try to do everything on your own. Ask for advice, ask questions, ask for help. There's nothing wrong with that. And the last part is cutting or slicing. What that means is that you're gonna take a look at the entire project, look at it like a big cake or a pie, and you wanna slice it real thin so that you can take a bite out of it every single day. Just a little bit, but stay consistent. And just make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself with too much too soon, right? Every day, just a little task, little tiny slice of your project. So now let's do a little recap. Failure is only painful when you see it as something to be ashamed of. If you look at failures as lessons, you're not gonna feel the same way about it anymore. And if you start seeing your worthiness in your willingness to take actions and in your willingness to risk failures, then that alone is going to improve your self-esteem by a lot. The second thing is that no journey towards your goal is a waste of time. You will make progress. That's inevitable. How much progress? We don't know. But we know that you're going to learn a lot along the way. And that new knowledge, that growth that you're going to experience through this process is going to build your confidence, and that's priceless. And you might be able to apply the new knowledge, the new experiences in other areas of your life. Third, you need a strategy. You need to do your own research and create a plan that will allow you to make small steps every day. So now, let's pick a goal. It could be the pistol squat, for which I'm gonna give you a good plan today, or it could be anything else. And when you start with something small, just to really build your confidence and your comfortability. And right now, for some of you, the pistol squat might feel like a big goal, but I can assure you it's not. With a good plan and your consistency, it's not gonna be hard at all. Okay, so now let's master the pistol squat. So before we can start following any kind of plan or strategy, first we have to assess where we're at. What is the starting point? So I'm gonna start from the very beginner. Try now, if you can, get up off of the chair. So your knees are in 90-degree angle, you're sitting at the edge of the chair, you're nice and tall, you're sitting nice and tall, do not round your shoulder or your back, abs tight, and then you're gonna just lean forward a little bit, load the hips, and then push off of the heels and stand up and squeeze your glutes as you stand up. And then reverse the movement, find the chair, sit down. Let's see if you can do that. Try it right now. Now, maybe you're someone who can't even do that, and I know plenty of people who can't. It doesn't matter where you're at, there is always a point from which you can start. So let's say that you cannot do even that, you cannot even get up off of the chair. Let's say you're really struggling, you need to hold on to something and you're just like doing kind of something like that, okay? No worries, we're gonna fix that. So what you can do is just elevate the platform from which you're standing up. And you can improvise at home, you can use pillows, just like this. I use a pillow, that's gonna kind of elevate the platform, the chair, and it's gonna increase the angle in my knees, which means it's gonna be easier on my knees, and it's gonna be easier on me just in general because I'm gonna be able to generate the strength necessary to get up. So try this. Try if this helps. Again, load the hips, stand up, squeeze the glutes. If you still can't do that, then you can use another pillow. Just find that spot that works for you and find a position from which you can stand up 3 times. You should be able to do at least 3 reps from that position, and then you're gonna work on that further. So let's say you found that position, your knees are in a wider angle, and now this is comfortable for you and you can do 3 reps like this. Perfect. So now your goal is to work your way up to 10 reps, and you want to always do at least 3 sets. So every single day work on this. Do as many reps as you can like this, up to 10. Don't go over 10, then it's pointless. You just want to go up to 10 and do 3 sets. Once you find out that you can do probably more than 10 reps, test yourself. If you can do more than 10 reps, then it's time to remove a pillow and go a little lower. And then again, start with at least 3 reps in that position, work your way up to 10, at least 3 sets every single day. And then once you're there, remove a pillow until you're in that basic position on the chair with your knees in a 90-degree angle. And then again, you want to work your way up to 10 reps, at least 3 sets. You can take a break between each set, a minute and a half, 2 minutes if you need to. Just make sure that you're really working on it as much as you can, as often as you can. The consistency is the key here. Once this is easy and you can do 10 reps easily like this, now it's time to work on getting up on that one leg. So same rules, you want to abs tight, you want to keep your abs tight, your body is erect, your head is above your shoulders. Make sure that you're not doing this with your head, with your neck, and then load the hips, push off of the heel and stand up, and work on proper form and work on not wobbling. If you're wobbling, you just have to focus on controlling the movement up and down. So control it all the way up, and then also control it on the way down. And again, you can start with 3 reps. You should be able to do at least 3 reps. And if suddenly from this position you can do this, but you cannot even do 3 reps on one leg, then again, take a pillow and work on one-legged get-ups with that pillow. Start with 3 reps, work your way up to 10 reps, 3 sets at least. And then once you can get up on one leg, 10 times on each leg, like this, then I want you to do one simple adjustment. Just put your palms or your hands on top of each other, like this, and then stand up. You're gonna feel a difference, and you might feel like you're wobbling a little bit more, and that's if your glutes are not firing the way they should be. You know, I've been able to do pistol squats for over 13 years, no problem. However, when I do this exercise, when I started doing it just recently, I noticed that I'm kind of wobbling. It's not strong, it's not perfectly controlled, and that's because my glutes were not firing the way they should be. So actually practicing getting up off of the chair like this with the palms on top of each other on that one leg, that is very good for you, and it's gonna build a really nice base, really nice foundation. So practice that as well. So let's say that you've been really consistent and you've been working on this every day. In just a few weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, you should be able to do this, already get up on that one leg, and that's a huge progress. From not being able to get up off of the chair at all with both legs on the ground to being able to get up on one leg, that's huge. That's an amazing progress. So as you can see, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna feel worth it. It's gonna feel really good that you're making this progress. So just make sure that you're consistent. And now we're getting into lowering the platform, working more on the depth of your squats. And with that, we have to start also working on your mobility. Because if you don't have the mobility in your hips, if you don't have the mobility in your ankles and your knees, then, you know, the strength alone is not gonna help you. You're not gonna have the strength from these ranges of motion. So we're gonna start working on the mobility at the same time with the strength. So first, I'm gonna actually address the mobility exercises because I really want you to understand how important those are. So now I'm going to show you a few exercises that will help you to improve your mobility and your squats. But before we get into the routine, first thing you want to do is to test your squat. So if you're a complete beginner when it comes to strength and you have a hard time getting up off of a chair, then chances are that your mobility is also in the beginner level. So maybe your squat looks something like that when you're holding onto a chair, and you know, first you want to squeeze your glutes, make sure that your toes are pointing straight forward, abs tight, and then you start squatting down. And you might notice that just about here your knees are going forward for some of you, or maybe you start rounding your back or doing something else that doesn't look like a squat. And so you want to notice where you're at. Don't judge yourself, you know, don't, you know, make yourself feel bad for that. You just need to know where you're at, where your mobility is starting, what's the starting point again, so that you can track your progress. So notice where, you know, where you're keeping your good form and where the form is starting to go south. So for a lot of people, this is it. When they're beginners, they can go parallel to the ground and that's it. They cannot go below their knees with their butt. So just notice where you're at, note it in your head, and then we're gonna do the routine. And after the routine, you're gonna retest yourself and see if you have made any progress. And eventually, you wanna be able to go all the way down into that squat position. Up. And all the way down, knees out, big toes on the ground. So the first exercise is gonna look like this. You're gonna lay on your back, and then you're gonna put your feet up on the chair or against the wall. Either way, your knee has to be in a 90-degree angle. And then you're gonna cross your leg. And make sure that your ankle bone doesn't go right against the knee. Your shin bone should go against the knee like this. I'm going to show you from the other side. And now you're going to gently start pressing against the knee. Oh, the knee away from you. So inhale and exhale. And you're going to do 20 reps. Inhale and exhale. And then you're going to switch legs and do 20 reps on the other leg. Then you're gonna grab an elastic band and you're gonna hook your foot into the band like this. You can leave that leg up and Then you're gonna bend the knee, bring the knee towards your chest as far as you can, and then extend the leg, lock the knee straight up towards the ceiling with that foot, with that heel. Inhale and exhale. Do it slowly, and we're gonna do again 20 reps on each leg. Then you're gonna sit on the ground and one knee in front of you, one knee behind you. The knees are in 90-degree angles, and you're gonna fold forward over that front leg and do a pulse here. Pulse and then pulse to the side. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is 1 rep. Forward, then towards the foot. That's 1 rep. And you want to do 20 reps on one leg and another 20 reps on the other leg. So again, 1, 2, 1, 2. So for the next exercise, you're gonna start in this kneeling position, and you're gonna put one foot in front of you, one knee in front of you, and extend the back leg a little bit behind you, a little bit more like this. Squeeze your glutes, and then you're gonna keep your big toe on the ground and push the knee out to the side, and then go back and then forward again. This whole time your big toe is on the ground. Don't let the foot get off of the ground like this. And breathe, go very slow. And if you feel like in this position you're really rounding your back, you're not, keeping your back straight, then you can, use your yoga block and elevate yourself a little bit. Keep yourself a little bit more upright and your back relatively straight. And then you can do it from this position. Eventually you want to lower yourself a little bit more, and then hopefully soon enough you're gonna be on the ground with your hand. You just have to do it, more often. And breathe through it, 20 reps, and then do a few reps like this, like look away from that leg, from the knee, do a few reps like this, and then look behind you this way and do a few reps like this as well, and then switch legs. Now for the ankle mobility, you can do this one either against the wall, or you can use a foam roller, and it's always good to hold on to something. Might be more comfortable for you. So you're just gonna put the ball of your foot against the wall or on top of that foam roller, and then your heel on the ground. And then don't just hold the stretch like this, but bend and extend the knee in this position, and just move around in this position. Try to bend the ankle as well, and breathe. And you want to spend about 2 minutes on each leg. And then once you get a little bit more flexible, you can do the ankle mobility exercise on the ground in this kneeling position. You just put one foot flat on the ground, and then you're gonna bring the knee all the way down and then all the way back onto your heel. Forward and back, and again 20 reps on each leg. Then you can also use your kettlebell to make this, just a little bit more intense, and go forward. You're not going to go all the way down, but you can just go a little bit forward and back. Just rock back and forth with the kettlebell on your knee, and breathe through it again. So now make sure to retest your squat. See if you're feeling a little bit more loose, a little bit better. Don't expect huge changes, but you should feel at least a little bit progress right after the routine. And if you do, then that's a good indicator that you're on the right path. And if you want more mobility routines, I have great mob therapy routines in the ZGYM at zuzka.com. Not only I have over 1,300 workouts there, but also a lot of mobility routines. And I have also the post-workout mob therapy sessions, which are only 12 to 15 minutes long, and you can do them every single day. So I have a different one for each day of the week, so that over the course of the week you're gonna mobilize your entire body, and it literally takes you only 12 to 15 minutes a day. It doesn't take up a lot of your time, but it makes a huge difference in your mobility. And then, you know, if you're more mobile, if you have more flexibility, you're gonna be also stronger. So it's just gonna help you with your overall athletic performance and just, you know, in your all of your activities basically. So now that you know what mobility exercises you're going to be doing every single day, we can also start talking about the strength exercises. So now that you are able to get up off of the chair 10 times when your knee is at a 90-degree angle, you can also get up on one leg 10 times from this position. Now it's time to start lowering the platform. So I have this Bosu ball here, as you can see, is lower than the chair. But if I was to go off of this Bosu ball, it would be too big of a step right away. Don't try to go for huge steps because you want to make progress fast. Go for, if you really want to make progress and if you really want to make it fast, really go for micro progress, micro adjustments. There's no reason for you to rush it, because if you rush it, a lot of times people get, you know, discouraged, and you know, it just like gives you a proof that it's too hard and you can't do it. Instead, just, you know, use a platform that is a little bit lower than the chair, but not too low to discourage you from anything, and you'll see you're gonna be making progress a lot faster, and you're just gonna feel a lot better about everything. So as you can see, I'm lower than the chair. This angle of the knee is less than 90 degrees. It's perfect. Now you know, it's gonna be challenging, but I'm not gonna be like you know, putting too much on my plate. So now again, in this position, you want to focus on being able to get up on both legs with both feet on the ground, and again, you're going for 10 reps. You want to start with 3 reps, work your way up to 10 reps, at least 3 sets. Okay, every single day, until it becomes really easy. You're able to do more than 10 reps like this, getting up. This is easy, you can do more than 10 reps. Now you can even slow it down, not just fast like I just did it. Make sure that you can really slow it down and do that motion very slowly in a very controlled manner. And then you can start working on getting up on one leg. So when you're already doing this, that you're lowering the platform and you're bringing the hips below your knees, you don't have to, when you're working on one leg get-ups, you don't have to work your way up necessarily to 10 reps. I would just focus on getting you know, working your way up to 5 reps, and just work on 5 reps until those 5 reps become really easy for you. So you want to start with 3 reps, being able to get up on that one leg for 3 reps, just like this, and go slowly down, and work your way up to 5 reps, and then make sure that those 5 reps are really easy, or like much easier, before you move on, before you make progress again. So, and go for, this time when you're doing the 3 to 5 reps, make sure that you take at least 3 minutes between each set, and go for more sets. Go for, you know, up to 5 sets, 3 to 5 sets. 3 minutes between each set. Now you're focusing on low reps, longer breaks, and you're just basically focusing on building up your strength like this. When you're, you know, it's different when you're doing this on both legs. Build up that strength endurance too, like, you know, go up to 10 reps. You should be able to do that. But when you're doing, you know, the get-ups on one leg, just focus on that strength kind of thing. So then you lower the reps, and really just 3 to 5 reps, 3 to 5 sets, and at least 3 minutes between each set. And then, you know, once it feels easy, get a little bit lower. Do the same thing, exactly the same thing, same amount of reps. Again, both legs on the ground first, or both feet on the ground first. Work your way up to 10 reps, and then switch to one-legged get-ups. Work your way up to 5 reps on each leg and 3 to 5 sets. Make sure that it feels easy before you move on. Lower it again, and you're just, taking off these layers slowly, one by one, and don't make huge jumps. And once you're here at this position, also I'm reminding you need to start already working on your mobility. If you work on your mobility at the same time as you're working on your strength, you will get there. You will probably get there at the same time, and you will be in a pretty good shape by the time you get to the ground with your butt. So after this, there is nothing else left for me than just remove the platform altogether and just get all the way down. So then you get all the way down, and hopefully you are working on your mobility and you're able to sit in the bottom squat position with your heels on the ground, with your chest up, knees out. Your knees are tracking your pinkies and your big toes are on the ground. Your toes are pointing straight forward, and then you're just practicing deep squats and again controlled manner, and then you're gonna start working on the pistol squat. So once you're on the ground and you can already do 10 nice squats, bottom squats, you can start working on the pistol squat, and then you can grab a book, support your heel. If your mobility is still not there, this is gonna help you a lot to start building your strength for the pistol squat. And then you start in this position and then get up from here and pull yourself down. And again, make sure that you can start with 3 reps, work your way up to 5 reps. And you'll see this way, lowering the platforms slowly, little by little, it's going to build your strength gradually. Working on your mobility is going to be super important, and you're going to be able to get there. Now it's just up to you and your consistency, your passion about this, and your willingness to improve your overall well-being. Now a little bit of troubleshooting. So let's say you're already in this position, you're already sitting on a Bosu ball or any kind of other platform that you're using at home, but you're fairly low with your hips, and you can get up, no problem, on both legs, but you just can't get up on that one leg at all. You cannot do those 3 reps. So then again, you can use that book to support your heel, and you can even use a small weight that you can hold in front of you, because sometimes it helps to actually be able to just get up and get on that heel, and really just it can help you, that little weight. Okay, and you can also try to keep that other foot on the ground but not putting too much weight on it. Instead of holding it in front of you right away, you can also just put it lightly on the ground, not really using it that much, just for a little support, and then pushing off of that one leg. That's also a great way to build that strength. So guys, now it's just up to you. Are you going to be consistent? Are you going to be practicing every single day? I really hope that you will, because I know this is going to improve your health and just overall performance and all of your daily activities. This is going to improve, and also it's going to open up your mind to more possibilities, because once you see that you can make progress in the squats, you might want to start exploring other exercises and other movements and maybe other activities. So that would be awesome. And if you want to work out with me every single day and get into the best shape of your life, then you can sign up for a ZGYM at zuzkalike.com, because I have over 1,300 workouts in the ZGYM, plus mob therapies and postural therapies, so that you can fix your posture and resolve pain. And also I have all kinds of challenges in the ZGYM and a great community, and you can do all this in the comfort of your own home with very little equipment and or bodyweight workouts only. So don't miss out on that. Sign up for ZGYM so that we can work out together every single day, and I will see you either there or next time here on YouTube. Ciao!